Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome in today for episode 68 of the Pod Ones podcast. I'm your host, Char J, joined by my co-host, Luke.
How's it going, everybody?
And Hereth Productions.
Hey, Char, I have a simple question for you.
Yeah, what's that?
Did you notice Greatest in the, in the
Hey, the people watching will understand that in a few days, okay? But I hope everyone's having a great day so far. Today, we're going to be talking about Season 1, Episode 12 of Star Wars Rebels, also known as Vision of Hope. We're going to be getting into a lot of different discussions, and we have no guests today, so it's just going to be us three just blabbing on about this episode. So,
oh, man.
Luke, Hereth, are we ready to get the show rolling?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
The Jedi Knights are all but destroyed, and yet your task is not complete, Inquisitor. The Emperor has foreseen a new threat rising against him. The Podwans Podcast.
Real
That's
quick,
right.
Char.
What's up?
I think we need to change that to the new logo.
We do.
What?
What are the thoughts on that?
We do. I was waiting until certain other offer came through.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about?
Oh, gotcha. Never mind. We're on the same page. Sorry, everybody. Go ahead, Char.
I just want to flex the logo real quick. Because yes, Podwans has arisen. And
We've rebranded. Real quick, some housekeeping. If you are new, welcome. Thank you for joining. Like, comment, subscribe. Being sneaky on live. I'm not being sneaky on live. What are you talking about?
The whole talking about what we know we're talking about sentence.
Oh, gotcha. Now I understand. Guys, here is the thing. We have just started a public Discord server.
We
It is
did.
It is in the link in all of our social media bios. I will be putting the Discord server a link also in our community page as well. And that is pretty much it. If you want to join the Discord server, you're more than welcome to.
Yes,
pretty
and
active
I also have the Discord link in my link tree on my TikTok bio. So if you do watch my TikToks, it is in my bio.
There you go. And Hereth, you were about to say something?
No, I think it's pretty active at the moment. Like we have over 96 people in 3 days. So if you are worried about it not being active, it's super active at the moment.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And also go check out our reactions for both Andor, episode 8.
Yep.
8 or 9? 8?
Yep. Narcana 5.
8.
Or Narkina 5, yeah.
Narkina 5. And also our episode 1 Tales of the Jedi reaction or / review. So yeah, if you haven't seen that, go check that out. Give it a like, give it a comment. It would help us a lot.
Leave a like, ladies and gentlemen.
Leave a like.
Or if you can't watch it fully, do what I do. Just put it in a separate browser tab, mute the video, like it, and then just don't do other stuff. You're still giving us watch hours. It's a really sneaky trick.
No, yeah, absolutely. Let's look at the chat real quick. Kenny, Alanis with the 4th Pod Ones member. Hi. Then Kenny, if you joined the Discord server, maybe you'd be on the show. Just gonna say that. Just saying.
I don't think Kenny has been on for an episode.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't.
Longtime viewer should be on here.
Absolutely. Then and Pat. He is currently working on our new banner.
Yeah, so the picture that you see down here with Hereth and Luke over there with the Jedi symbol, we'll be having a brand new one very shortly.
No, yeah, it's gonna be awesome. With the rebrand, we will start covering other franchises. We'll be doing videos, some pre-recorded, some live, talking about the stuff that we love. So,
which is Star Wars, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, and everything along those lines of the nerd community and fandom. So, yeah, just if you love anything Star Wars and all these different universes, now we have that to offer.
And also,
thanks to House of the Dragon.
Also, I would say the other thing that came into the rebranding was not that the podcast is not a big part of our channel. It definitely is. It's been the most consistent thing for a year and a half now. It's also the fact that we've grown so far just beyond just being a podcast channel,
Yeah.
and our visions for videos in general is kind of enlarging. The podcast will always be here on Thursdays, and it will always be the center of our channel.
Yeah.
It just felt necessary to take the podcast out to focus on other stuff, because it kind of just shoehorned us into like one style of content, and we were kind of like, we wanted to like expand in many different ways.
No, yeah, absolutely.
And also it made it seem like, because with our logo, it was lightsabers crossing. Because initially we were strictly Star Wars, but now we cover Hot D, we cover Game of Thrones, we cover Rings of Power, Lord of the Rings, we cover many different things. And then you see this logo up here, the one that I can't cover anymore because we got a comment up. Hold on. Let me
sorry.
So this logo right here, the one with Vader, but now he has the hand of the king badge on his breastplate, and then he has a
the
ring of power on his hand.
I will try to get a bigger.
It is a mixture of all three in one.
No, yeah, absolutely. So that's kind of where we're at. Got to do a little housekeeping. For the audio listeners, if you're into Game of Thrones, you're into Lord of the Rings, we might have some audio options for you coming down the pipeline.
Yes, we do. Yeah, Luke, are you going to talk about that?
Not yet, because I'm still workshopping some things, so that's a little tease.
Yeah, so in the near future, Game of Thrones fans, Hot D fans, we'll be covering something and talking about something very soon. So
it'll be it has a lot to do with Hot D and the events of Hot D and the Targaryen family. But that is we will come out with something here shortly.
We have a very special guest coming in to talk about it with us, and it's going to be a fun experience. And this person was on with us for the majority of our Hot D watch-alongs. So
yeah, absolutely. But Char, I'm gonna start with you. Real quick, what has been the most, like, from your time on Pod Ones, what has been your favorite moment thus far?
My favorite moment, probably. Oh man, there's so many great moments because I've been here for so long. I've been here since episode 9 of Clone Wars season 1.
Yeah, it's been wild.
It's been over a year. My favorite one, I mean, you guys liked it, was probably when I started doing Godfrey impressions for the plot summaries.
Yeah,
that was oddly enough. I was so excited to do those because I know that Hereth, he didn't like my Tom Kane, and honestly, I wasn't starting to like it because I was like, you know what? Let's make it fun, because that's what I like to do. I like to make things fun that aren't usually fun.
No, yeah,
and make a twist on it, because how often do you hear people just doing the plot summary readings of Clone Wars in just some random person's voice?
Yeah,
Like I'll do a little Godfrey right now. I miss Godfrey. I miss him so much.
Oh, Jesus.
Star Wars Rebels.
Ben Skywalker, I'm sorry. You almost died that day.
Oh my God.
But yeah, we'll have to wait another year for that.
But
yeah, definitely. All of the fun times. I think one of the best moments though was when we were with Nidra for the Book of Boba Fett episode 4 reaction. Yeah, because she had a lot of talk about it. It was a huge deep dive into the Tusken Raiders, Chrysanthemum, and it was just so deep. It was one of the best conversations I've ever been a part of on Podwans. So
yeah,
I'd say that's one of the most notable moments I remember.
I'm surprised, Char, that you didn't. I thought we were the same on this one. My mind went to one event and one event only. The trivia final.
The trivia! I forgot about that.
Trivia final is pretty fun.
Well, that was. I mean, I was just talking about strictly for
podcast.
Yeah,
but it's like,
but
again,
yeah,
with the
but like
rebrand,
that was fun. I remember doing the trivia championship, and it was such a cool moment because that was the first time we met each other. That was the first time we did the trivia in person. And it was just crazy. And also Kenobi was coming out at the same time too. So we were in this immediate rush, and there was
Luke subtweeting about the episode without us knowing, but we already knew it because he did a really bad job while I was editing it.
Yeah.
And then me doxing Char's girlfriend on accident.
That was
That was hilarious.
That got censored out of the video,
Is
but I
that
still got
it
to
did
necessary?
get censored. No, that was so funny because it was just like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah,
And then
I remember me going, "Was that necessary?"
Yeah.
and then all of us in the Airbnb like dying laughing. That was just a peak
Yeah.
moment.
Oh my!
Whoa,
It was wild.
whoa, we gotta wait. That's
Whoa.
Wait,
four
we got a big
times-
fly
that's
now
four-
sighting.
That's four
Whoa.
times. That's 4 times in 1
Carter
week.
Dybert. Where
Look
did he
at
come
that.
from?
Man.
We got
He
a big
hasn't been
fly
to a
now
Pod
sighting.
Oh man.
He hasn't been seen in a Pod One's production in probably 5 months.
Oh man. Man.
Crazy, man.
No, yeah, absolutely. Always good to have you. Favorite moment. Oh, sorry, Char. Go ahead.
Same Pat. Favorite moment: getting Char and Hereth on my side in Separatist versus Republic debates. with the fan
Whatever,
episodes.
dude.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Hey, Luke, I'm sorry to say this.
No.
Yes.
But after Tails, separatists.
Yeah. Don't really blame you.
It's all from a perspective.
Yeah, it is all.
Republic
Yeah.
has things wrong.
Hey, we
Separatists
crashed.
have some things wrong.
We crashed.
But at the end of the
now,
day, it's what happens
but
is what will determine whether the Separatists are in the hot seat or if
Man,
the
I
Republic's in the
can't
hot
I
seat.
can't wait for this this joke that Hereth has right now.
they crashed now, but we may be lifting off soon. That's my tease.
Ooh. Interesting.
Bye, Hereth! I'm kidding.
See you later. All right.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. They fly. We fly now, then we crash now, and now we rebuild now. Jesus Christ.
Hey, we crashed the Falcon. That was our last day flying out episode.
No. Hey, I've got another idea in my brain, and we'll talk offline.
Ooh.
But yeah. So, with all of that, well, Hereth, what? So what was your favorite moment? Oh,
Trivia tournament.
Trivia
Final.
Mine's gonna be cheesy as fuck. Like without this podcast, I wouldn't have the relationship that I have now with Alanis.
Aww.
So yeah, that I think that's my favorite moment is getting to meet her and then kind of just having things.
that era of Book of Boba Fett changed.
Was
a lot,
fucking
I'd say.
our relationship,
That
and we say
changed-
this all the time. We go because of fucking Boba Fett. Because
Well, I mean,
of
usually they
Boba
say
Fett.
because of Obi-Wan, but now because of Boba Fett.
Well, I mean, our love of Obi-Wan
Because of
is
this
pretty
man right
big.
here. This
Yeah.
cardboard cutout
Fucking
man.
Boba Fett. Because of
Boba.
fucking Obi-Wan or Boba Fett,
Whoa,
whatever.
It's podcast
Fucking love Boba Fett.
adjacent.
Ooh.
Podcast adjacent, but I'm still gonna
Yeah.
count it because we said it on here multiple times.
No, yeah.
Watching Obi-Wan together.
Oh,
in my
Obi-Wan
hotel
together
room.
was fun as hell. That was a highlight as well. But
No,
like
we need to during the
100th
the
episode.
the stream.
Oh yeah.
The
12-hour
stream.
stream.
Yeah, have when everybody comes on, we ask them that question. We'll ask them that question actually. That's a good idea.
Yeah, or yeah, we should show them our initial reaction all together. We could show Alanis bawling her eyes out. We can see me,
you have
Bill,
that?
and Carter like elbowing each other.
Do you have that still? I
Yeah, I
deleted
have
that
the
video
video.
off my phone.
I have
Oh,
the video.
okay, there you go.
Yeah, I got the video. It was like,
Well, it
they're like
wasn't- it
11
wasn't-
minutes long.
Yeah, it wasn't very long. But yeah, we could do that. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things. Reminder, guys, December 3rd, we're gonna be doing a 12-hour stream, D&D session, one shot with St. Pat, doing Jackbox, doing a whole bunch of things. We'll have that available to people that want to sign up to come on, talk, do a segment, play some Battlefront, play whatever. It'll be a really awesome stream. But
Yeah, and I'm sure by Thanksgiving time we will have the whole.
yeah, we'll have the
agenda
whole
of what we're gonna be doing.
agenda. We'll talk to people, see what they kind of what they want to do.
We can all pile in and play Ewok Hunt. Go
Oh,
nuts!
see,
Yeah.
that is what I'm
Crazy!
thinking.
Go nuts!
That's what I'm thinking. Is like an hour of Ewok Hunt or something. That would be fun. That would be epic.
Imagine if we did it like at like Nate like that
No,
time where
yeah,
it's still
make
dark in
that
my
towards
house.
Make that
Yeah,
towards the
You just
end.
flip the lights
Everyone
off.
in the stream
Yeah,
and then us
yeah.
three are all just charging as Ewoks, trying to hunt down the last stormtrooper. We would just go woohoo, and then we all throw our Wisty pouches. Oh, that would be absolute anarchy, and I'm excited for it.
Oh man.
December 3rd.
December 3rd. Be there. It's gonna be awesome.
Or B squared.
Or yeah.
Chaos is a
join the-
ladder, and December 3rd we climb it.
And join the Discord server. Anyway, let's get into the episode chart. Yeah, talk about this. Not talk about it, but get in 2 sentences or less. Talk about the like 2 sentences or less. What's the episode about?
Ezra does some training, and old guy portrays them.
Okay.
That's what I gotta say.
Chat. Also, give us 2 sentences or less describing of this episode. Hereth.
Ezra sees what he wants to see, and Imperial sucks.
Ezra sees wacky vision, gets backstabbed by a senator scumbag. There you go. There you go. There you go. But we're gonna get into the story of this episode. Jesus, man. Don't trust Grandpa on training day.
Yeah, the Gall Travis slander begins now.
Yeah. So basically this episode starts with Ezra trying to train how to block blaster bolts to targets, right? And he doesn't want to miss Senator Glove Travis. He's been mentioned. We've seen his transmissions multiple times throughout the season so far. He is now coming to Lothal, and he is going to meet with the rebels and try to kind of rally the troops and do all that. Well, he leaves encoded messages for the rebels of the planets that he's going to, and he basically tells them at dawn, go to the old Senate building, the Republic's Senate building on Lothal. They do. Callus ends up finding out. They set a trap. They get Travis down into the sewers, basically. They go, they split up. The Ghost Crew splits up. Ezra and Hera together. Sabine, Kanan, and Zeb are off getting away from the other stormtroopers, so they separate. And then we get the turn of Travis being a Imperial operative as a senator. So, and then obviously, I can't remember if Travis does die here, right?
No, he gets knocked out, and then he runs away, and he sees the fan, and Ezra, and they stare at each other for a second.
Oh, that's right. And then they come back. Ezra and Hera have this moment, right? Ezra asks the question, why he basically asks what's wrong with them when talking about how easily they were tricked. And Hera says it's because they have hope. My question is how does that correlate with the rebellion as a whole? Because we see this in sometime we see it in Rebel Rising. It happens to Jin. In Saw, he gets betrayed. It happens I'm assuming it happens a lot in other rebellion stories that we haven't seen yet. But do you think that's a very common theme?
I think so.
Also, you forgot the big example, Andor.
Oh yeah, Andor. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, Andor. It does happen in Andor. I think. Well, and I'll wait for Hereth's got something a little bit more interconnectiveness to that, but I find it very interesting that they use a senator in particular.
Yeah. It's not an ISB agent or like a hired spy like Rook later on in the show, but they use a senator, and it's very different. You don't really see too many senator spies.
No, yeah, absolutely.
And then you have the interesting line from Hera that's like, "Wait, you went to all these like planets, you helped all these people, and it was all just a lie. It was just a facade." And he's like, "Yeah, like not even my droids knew this was gonna happen."
Yeah, so it's pretty wild to see this the senator who we've been hyping up this entire time, seeing him on holovids and seeing him talk up against the Empire. And in one part of and this just popped in my head, the one part where Ezra goes, "You were supposed to be just like my parents." Which
Yeah.
is sad because that's exactly what the Bridgers were doing against the Empire before they got taken away. So it's a very for Ezra, it's even harder because it's like he had that connection with Travis because he thought he was doing good just like his parents, and then to find out that that's not the truth, that's got to be really 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 heartbreaking for Ezra. But and then for my second question, uh how do you think Hera was able to pick up on that Travis was a traitor? And do you think it was the whole time, or do you think it was just certain things that she was picking up?
I think she was getting some mixed signals from him. Because Hera isn't like a Thrawn. She doesn't know immediately right off the bat that he was a spy, but she was given some hints. It was a
Yeah.
gradual thing. It wasn't a snap of the finger like, "Oh, he's an Imperial spy." But I think she was catching on to him.
Yeah. Hereth?
I think I agree with Char, but also there's a lot of key hints even before they even meet them. Like Travis at the Golden Zero compound, it's like there was that line of like when they activate the hollow, and she's like, "Yep, on the queue every single day." It's like it happens at specific times. The way his tone of voice is, it's always like the same tone. It's like Kenny said, it's like looking at his message.
Yeah. Got it.
Context clues. It was just like there was enough hints throughout. Like I made the joke to you, I think earlier in one of these episodes. I was like, it's like the twist. If you look at it in season 1, it's so obvious in hindsight. Like
Oh yeah.
it's like, so it's like all these things are building up, and then like I love the line of he wasn't tired. He was just stalling for Callus,
Yeah,
or
pretty much. Yeah.
or he couldn't even tell that this gun was charged.
Yeah, and and it's a good thing because I feel like Hera being with Cham, living on the run, being part of a rebellion before, gives her more hindsight. Because remember, in the Bad Batch, they get betrayed as well, and Gregor's the only. No, not Gregor. Hauser is the only one that stands up for the Twi'leks. So I feel like there's a lot of situations throughout Hera's life that gives her that intuition about people specifically. So I feel like that also plays heavy into Hera calling out bullshit. You know what I mean? And I feel like she does that with Kanan a lot as well. And it's not even just like against the Empire; it's with the group as a whole. She can tell when a member of the Ghost Crew is putting a facade up, and she knows how to connect with all of the characters as a whole, just like a mother does. She is the mother figure of this rebel cell. But yeah, that's all I got. So,
Char, it's your time.
It's my time to shine. Okay. So let's dive into the lore of Vision of Hope.
Don't be too proud of this technological terror you've constructed. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force.
Here we go.
Line.
Yeah.
I love that line.
I mean, it's one of the most token lines in all of Star Wars from A New Hope. Right into Admiral Moti's face.
Are you talking Tolkien or are you talking Tolkien?
Did you just big brain me? I'm kidding.
Like that Vader ring?
No. Hey.
Anyway. All right, so let's dive into the lore of Vision of Hope. So today's lore is going to be about undercover missions.
Ooh, here we go.
So there are many missions in Star Wars where spies are sent to do all the dirty work. Notable spy missions: Finn, Rose, and DJ sticking onto Snoke's destroyer. Anakin going to spy on Palpatine for the Jedi Council. Obi-Wan Kenobi becoming Greco Hardeen. And General Hux in The Rise of Skywalker. Somehow, some way. And now we have Gul Travis becoming a spy for the Imperials against the Ghost Crew. So,
you're missing another one.
You're missing a pretty big one.
Yeah.
Which one am I missing?
Cassian Andor.
Well,
I was about to,
no,
I was gonna say
Two
Luthen
more.
Rail, but
Two more then. Agent Callus.
I was gonna say Cassian
Fulcrum.
is Clem and also Keith.
okay, well, I can't. There's like thousands of them. I can't list them all.
That was the most recent one, Char.
Come on.
Ah! Okay, add it to your interconnectedness. Get out of here. So my question to you
brain.
guys is, if you needed someone to go on an undercover mission for you, whether it be stealing money or getting information or just doing a heist, or maybe you're doing something that you need to get done by a spy, who are you taking? It could be anybody. I mean, hell, in this episode, a senator was doing the job. So who do you want? Who do you trust to get the job done? Who do you think their skills are most reliable? And
You also missed another one. This isn't the first time we've seen a senator be a spy. Padme Amidala did it.
yeah, she did it against Clovis.
Clovis.
Yes. Yeah.
And Clovis also was a spy as well.
Yeah. Spies on spies.
Damn.
There's so many different spies, you know?
Can I have a group, or does it have to, or can it only be one
You
person?
could be whatever. It could be Crate's claw for all I care about.
Okay. I've got two potential.
So if you wanted someone to spy for you in Star Wars, who would it be? Who do you trust?
Cassian
Who
Andor.
do you believe in? And who do you think is going to get the job done?
Cassian Andor is one of them. Cassian is definitely one of them. 'cause
That's a
I feel like
safe option. Go crazy.
Padme. She's proven it. Padme
Yeah.
as well. Padme and she did that so well because she was able to like manipulate Clovis
Mhm.
to doing what she wanted. So I find that very, very interesting as well.
Okay, how about this? One person that you would trust, one person you wouldn't trust.
Oh, okay.
Who do you think would completely ruin the mission?
AP5.
Okay.
I feel like Thrawn. Okay, hold on. Carter says Thrawn.
Best
But-
and worst.
I
But everyone knows Thrawn.
yeah, and I feel like
from a mile
okay,
away.
Carter, are you? Here's my question, Carter. Are you using him as a tactician? Because there's a difference between a tactician and being a spy. I don't think he's very good at. I think he can process things.
Well, he was a spy technically. If we're getting technical here,
I guess that's true.
he was living a double life in the Empire. Again, I feel like that's not too much of a spoil. It's in the first Thrawn book. It's like, and it's also pretty obvious if you read it.
I
Yeah.
guess
So
Gotcha. Look,
maybe.
Okay, so chat, go ahead and say who you would trust. So you can say trust this, wouldn't trust this. All I know is that I would not trust Poggle the Lesser. If I had any faith in Poggle the Lesser doing a mission, first of all, how is he going to communicate with anybody? And every time he talks, they're going to hear a crackle, and they're going to be like, all right, call Orkin. We need this bug out of here.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's another one.
And he's too slow. He walks with a cane, and he's a bug.
I got the best trust
Get out
option.
of here.
It's the safest option, and it works so well. R2.
That's good
Bail
one.
That's what Bail Organa trusted R2 the most. I know we're having a lot of discourse around the Ahsoka novel, but in the Ahsoka novel, that's what R2 was essentially doing. He was basically tasked to go get Ahsoka and bring her to Bail. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna have anyone that's gonna like go anywhere, see, they fly now moment.
Yeah. Well, duh. You always trust. Oh my God. Let that one die. Let it die.
Let it die, Ed.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
I am the king of puns, baby.
That was terrible.
It was
That was
amazing.
a terrible.
That was a
pun.
great pun.
The
My
one person I
face,
would
God.
trust,
Yeah. Who would you trust?
the one person I would trust, 100% without a doubt, Zam Wesell. She can literally, she can change her skin. She can
Yeah,
change her appearance.
Yeah, but
Anybody.
she also got caught, and she was gonna give up Django.
Because Django was an idiot. They're like, oh, we need to be more subtle. Why?
Because they're
They
trying
just
to
exploded her ship. What's the difference?
because they are going to try to break into a Jedi temple, which is the equivalent of trying to break into the White House in Star Wars. You think
They
you're
weren't breaking into the Jedi Temple. They were just trying to get in her apartment and just hire.
Yeah, but it's heavily guarded.
but Worms got there. So all you gotta do is just drop a bomb. What's Anakin and Obi-Wan gonna do if he just seismic charges the whole entire apartment complex? Exactly. But no, let's just hire Zam Wessel, who has the most OP assassin ability in the world, which is changing her identity. And I don't know.
Wait,
but I'm gonna trust
Pat's
Zam
option.
Wessel.
I love Pat's.
Trust Hera.
Meeber Gascon.
I trust Hereth.
Gascon.
Meeber Gascon. I mean, he can fit into very small places. And I don't know. Meeber Gascon, you see, if Chase was here, he would write you off right now.
Yeah, Chase.
He would tell you everything. He would
Chase
tell
and
you
Scholar
why
would
Meeber Gascon is the best spy, but he is not here. Okay, I'm back. What's the question? Okay, so the lore was about undercover missions. So if you needed someone to go undercover to get a job done, to get information, to get money, whatever it is, who are you hiring as a spy?
You know what, Carter is actually speaking fast.
Don't trust Aridna Price. Yeah, yuck.
Yeah,
I
no.
hate Governor Price.
She had one job in season 4.
Interesting.
One job.
Interesting. Trust Sabine.
Sabine, yeah, Sabine's always trustworthy.
Chopper.
Pull up the banner.
Chart.
I will talk about the beautiful place of Far, Far Away Factory. All right, so B Dazzler is here, and as per usual, we have to bring up her Etsy page, her website, and her Instagram page, because she makes brilliant merchandise where it reaches from Star Wars, DC, Marvel, eventually Game of Thrones, and Hot D. She has said before that she will be making some Daemon shirts. I don't know if it's just for herself, but we have been asking that for her to make a multitude of Game of Thrones related merchandise. So we are going to mention her with farfarawayfactory.com, where you can get the merchandise from there. And you can also check her out on Instagram at Far Far Away Factory, her Etsy page at Far Far Away Factory, and then you can follow her on TikTok at B Dazzler. She makes some great products. She makes t-shirts, sweatshirts, earrings, stickers, everything. You go ahead, check her out. I would really appreciate it, and so would she.
Go buy some cool shit from her.
So
She
we
does.
need Mr. Dazzler needs support.
Yeah, Mr. Dazzler needs some help. Good old Mr. Dazzler. Anyway, Chopper, and then she said he always gets shit done.
Oh, this one's a bit questionable. Hondo, I know he would look out for himself, but at the end of Rebels, he's more trustworthy than normal. Maybe. I don't feel like Hondo Anaka is the. He's like, you can become a pirate Jedi.
Yeah, you can become a Hondo Anaka Kenobi.
Where's my boy? I hope he says that in
Where-
Ahsoka.
Oh my! Dude,
I'm a pirate. You're a Jedi. We're gonna go on a mission.
I hope Hondo shows up in Ahsoka. That would. Oh God, that'd be so funny. That'd be so funny.
Where's Kenobi?
What is Kenobi? And then
That is a heinous accusation. I am gone.
all right, dude. He is Jack Sparrow in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have said that, right?
Oh my
Like,
god! The amount of
that's-
times people have said cast Johnny Depp as Hondo Anaka, I can't even count how many times.
Dude, that'd be funny. That'd be funny. But Char, you have anything else for lore?
That is the lore for today. Talking about undercover missions, and this episode has a lot to do with undercover missions with Gul Travis.
We love some undercover missions.
Yes, sir.
All right, now we move into Hereth's segment, which is the interconnectedness.
My turn.
In my experience, there's no such thing as luck.
Interconnectedness. Again, I was joking about it earlier because I keep bringing up interconnectedness. It's kind of like it's my thing or anything. I don't know. Anyway, so obviously we're talking about a lot about Geralt Reyes, and obviously in canon we've seen a lot of major like communications between different people of like obviously the main one that comes to mind is Koth in the Clone Wars, and then obviously now Senator Geralt Reyes and that kind of stuff. So again, kind of like we had the similar question for the Luminar episode. We were asking a lot about, do you think the Empire has similar things in play for certain people? Similar play for rebel cells. Do you think that they have more than just Geralt Reyes? Because there's no way that because the Geralt Reyes was too much of a plant for that cell in particular. There's no way that there has to be the only one. But I'll throw it to you guys. What do you guys think of that option? Because I feel like there has to be more.
I think it could have been something that could have been used for sure. But like I mean, in canon at that point in 2014 this came out 2014.
Yeah, 2014.
We hadn't really seen any like betrayal like that in canon so far in canon. Besides Lando, but let's be real, Lando in Empire Strikes Back, it wasn't really a betrayal.
He was doing the right thing.
He was doing the right thing. So like this is like the first ever time like the Empire uses a senator to snuff out rebellion and crush it. Which makes sense because it's Palpatine. Palpatine that's the number one thing, is that he's so concerned about what everybody else is doing around him. He has to have eyes on every single situation. Like take Mon Mothma, for example. She has to put on a face. She has to put on a facade so that the Emperor in the Empire doesn't look at her dealings and starts looking into what she's doing. So, I mean, it makes sense that he has eyes everywhere and uses these tactics.
Well, I mean, I feel like the best one in Andor is Luthen.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like the way he's able to flip his facade on and off on a dime and like between sentences of like, hey, look, Mom, look at this thing. Haha. I need you to do this thing for me, Cassian Andor. And like
Cassian Andor.
Cassian Andor, I need you to do this thing for
Cassian
me.
Andor.
Cassian Andor.
And he's like, hey, look at this weapon.
No, yeah, that's literally that. You're absolutely right. Like Luthen,
Yeah,
is
and
an interesting guy,
when you're
yeah.
talking about people like that, where they take a whole 180 and betray you, as I mentioned in my lore, DJ in The Last Jedi.
Oh yeah, that's a major one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another major betrayal because he's just staking out a jail cell, waiting for a high bounty to come.
Need a lift?
Yeah, I could the deal. I think that was pretty solid. But
Jesus
no,
Christ.
he was there just waiting for a high bounty to get him some money, and also taking them and then turning him into the First Order. He gets one. He's clear. His record's clear, and he gets a fat stack of cash from the First Order. So it's like,
Hey, that motherfucker runs off like a bandit in that movie.
BBA. He said, "I stole it. We stole it."
Yeah, pretty much. But no, yeah, it's interesting to see kind of like that in play. I mean, the Empire uses it with the Inquisitor.
Absolutely.
Later on in the 2020, is it the 2020 comic?
Yes, they have the Grand Inquisitor in a temple. I forget what it is because Luke battles like a vision force of the Grand Inquisitor, and then Vader interacts in, and he's like, "Wait, I'm dead," and he's like, "Yeah, you're serving your purpose."
Yeah, it's wild. Like to see some of the Force stuff in the comics is just insanity. Just insanity. But yeah, it's right up the Empire's alley. They'll do anything necessary to keep order.
Oh, absolutely. That's
which also fits in with good old Dooku that we learned about.
I mean, that's the Empire. That's their motto: bring order and peace to the galaxy.
But building on top of that, because again, I was thinking of this right now. Because speaking of Andor, do you think we'll ever see something like this in Andor? Of like we're seeing like the opposite side of Luthen, where it's like obviously because you got Travis and Rebels, who's pretty much the opposite of Luthen.
Do you think we'll see it in Andor?
Do you think we'll see something similar in Andor for that for Cassian's cell in particular?
I don't think so because Mon Mothma plays it too close to the vest. I think if anybody is a spy, it would be her husband.
That's would be funny. I was like about to say that would be funny.
Yeah.
Palpatine like arranges a marriage with Mon Mothma at 15, and then it's like,
Ah, Jesus. That's the definition of a long play. That is the definition of a long play.
I may ruin their marriage so I can get some information.
Yeah, it's just that's a definition of a long play, and that's a sick fucking long play.
A sick fucking
God
play.
damn. Here we go. You know who I really want to see in a facade flipping situation? Oscar Isaac. He's done it on Moon Knight, and he can do something with Poe in an Andor-esque spy mission. That would be interesting. Like a little
I mean,
mini
that's what
series.
that's what kind of happens in the Poe comics.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. Wasn't there supposed to be a Poe book coming out?
No,
That
there
got
already
shelved?
was. There already was. It's
It's a
Freefall?
Poe Dameron Free For All, yeah, by Alex
Oh.
Segura. I
It's all
believe is the
about
author.
Poe Dameron and Spice Running Days.
Spice running.
Yeah,
Spice running. You
the
didn't tell us you were a spice runner.
Yeah, the Spice Runners on Kessel, and how. Oh no, the Spice Binders of Kijimi.
Oh
Spice
yeah, that
Runners
is
of
right.
Kijimi.
He does do it. He does do it in
Um,
Resistance Reborn.
Yeah, Poe.
That's an underrated.
Yeah,
book,
Poe
by the
Dameron Free
way.
For All is all about how Poe got into contact with Zori Bliss and how he became a Spice Runner. The majority of the story, that's what it's about, and how he leaves to join the Resistance and what happens in between. So
Oh, yeah, but I don't know if we'll see something like that in Andor. Char, what do you think?
I think that when it comes to because the Palpatine thing, it's like Palpatine always is always for excuse me, always for the long run. He always plans out like, all right, we're gonna start here. We will climb this like 50-foot. Excuse me, God,
Dude, are you dying?
maybe. But climb this
Ooh.
50-foot staircase of just, all right, we're going to take little steps, little by little, and then we're going to reveal what's going to happen. And then boom,
Mhm.
we're going to do a whole flip and take them down. But finding Halcyon said Sabe. Ooh, I mean,
Sabe,
one of the handmaidens,
well, what she's doing with Vader during the Vader comic right now
yeah.
is wild.
Mhm.
Wild, dude. Holy shit. That's one that I could well see. Sabe's an interesting one
Mhm.
because like we know kind of where her story goes.
Yeah, I mean, the
well,
Queen's
actually, we don't
trilogy,
really
we learned
know.
a lot about her.
Yeah, we do.
Isn't she in the Vader 2020 series?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in the current run.
Yeah, isn't there a cover of her? I forget.
And
Again,
Vader.
I'm not really caught up with comics. Again, I'm the worst
Nah,
when it comes to
neither am I.
anything comic.
Yeah,
And I
it is.
know. I think it was last month's issue. I saw an issue of it's Palpatine and Sabe.
Yeah, I think she's gunning for Palpatine, which is interesting because I'm pretty sure Crimson
Dawn.
is.
Sounds
part of
like these two need to get together and have
the-
the big girl
Yeah.
boss
Well,
moment.
she was part of Crimson Dawn. Remember? Oh, maybe you haven't read the.
I haven't read
Crimson-
Vader 2020, but I don't really care about comic spoilers.
Yeah, but like it's kind of interesting.
Wait, is Fighting
Uh,
Halcyon behind?
Yeah, she might be. She might be answering the questions.
Not
but-
trust Hondo. Yeah, Hondo. We have no idea if he's gonna.
Yep, that answered my question really quickly.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Man, I wonder what she's been doing. Anyway,
Just actually hit pause and then went to go.
Yeah.
It resumed.
yeah, probably. But yeah.
Again, Char. You know what time it is?
It
Don't-
is
Don't
time.
hit the button. Don't hit the button.
So here, before I do this, do I just go right into him right after the saying is over? Do I
Yes.
have to repeat it?
No, you don't have to repeat. I'm
Okay.
gonna hit. I'm gonna hit it. Three. There
Three
you go.
interesting facts about a certain Rebels arc that you didn't know about until now.
Okay,
Alright.
whatever part it is, and then part.
All
so
right.
it's like a
Part
continuous-
9, Vision of Hope edition.
There you go.
Fact
Look
1,
at that.
an 80-year-old
development.
inspiration. The new Freedom mural on the old Lothal Senate building is inspired by WPA-styled art created in the U.S. from 1935 to 1943. In addition to agriculture, New Freedom makes clear that fisheries were once a major industry on Lothal.
Interesting.
1 second. Whoa. It's going so far down on my dock. Okay. Fact 2. Chopper's new tools. This episode adds a circular saw to Chopper's assortment of tools. This is the first time he uses them. Fact 3. A connection to episode 4. During Ezra's lightsaber practice at the start of the episode, the Ghost crew are firing low-powered training bolts, more orange in color, as seen in the episode Breaking Ranks, and matching the stinger beams the training remote uses against Luke Skywalker in episode 4, A New Hope. And there you have it. Those are the 3 interesting facts about Vision of Hope.
There you go. There you go. That was good.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
It's really good. It's really good.
I assume the audio listeners love this all screaming at Luke. Don't press the button.
Yeah. Don't press that button. But that is going to get us to the ranking of this episode. So bad ensign, okay lieutenant, good captain.
Whoa.
Oh.
Did you just say ensign?
Ensign?
He said ensign.
Ensign.
It's ensign. You
Viewers, let me know if he said ensign.
No, I did say ensign. That's how you say it. It's not ensign. The
It's
G
kind of like
silent.
ensign.
It's ensign. I swear to God, it's ensign.
Well, I guess any military
Everybody
veterans
in
listening
the
here
chat,
are
everybody
probably
always
going to
known it as
strike
out
ensign.
here.
I always knew it was ensign as well.
It's ensign.
No. Chris was saying that you said ensign. Yeah, Luke has it right this time, actually.
Yes!
Really?
Yes! Thank you. W, baby.
Really?
All of you take L's right now. L.
Hey,
Let's
Luke,
go.
can you tell me the first letter of your name?
Screw you. That is irrelevant right
Yeah, you
now.
can't spell L without Luke. Can't spell Luke without L.
Anyway, I will
Sounds
take
like-
that. I will take that W.
That's funny. I mean, this has been up for a while, and I've never
Ensign. It's ensign because the G is silent. Yeah,
L
ensign.
Char,
Vanto.
L Luke, Hereth.
W me. What are you talking about? Whatever. So bad ensign, okay lieutenant, or lieutenant, as the Brits would call it.
As Galadriel says it.
Yeah, as Galadriel says it. Good captain, great admiral, chef's kiss, grand admiral. Everybody in the chat, give us your ranking. Since it's the 3 of us,
I have a lot of swing. I have a lot of swing over this list because there's only 3 people here. I have a lot more power. I love it.
Well, we're also gonna count the chats, so
Boo.
go ahead.
My heart is saying.
Dude, it ain't no chef's kiss.
My
Get
heart is
outta
saying
here.
chef kiss, but my brain is saying admiral.
Char?
I give it a captain. In my
That's
mind.
that's what I was thinking.
I give it a captain. It's not like a huge bombshell moment, but it was a very, very big step forward for the Ghost Crew.
Yeah, I mean, and it
was a huge step forward.
It's a really good episode for setting up what we're going to get with the season 1 finale that we're talking about next week.
What's with me and Carter being on the same page right now?
Schedule.
This entire episode, Carter and I are
guess
thinking
what?
the same thing.
Guess what? He said admiral.
No,
not
but he said chef kiss first. He said it first and
Oh
then went
my
to admiral
God.
like I did. It was.
It's because you guys have been so far apart for so long that you just now are just like connecting. I don't get it. Captain, agreed. Absolutely. I think it's more of a cap. It's not okay.
For
and-
season
and-
1 episode, I think it's an admiral. I think compared.
That's fair, but it's a captain for me. You know, that is the captain now. Okay, that's an L. Go ahead. That's an L.
Like your name.
Oh, that is not fair. It seems like everybody's going with captain as well. Diet in the Forest, Element 7. Every Saturday night, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
That was
Yes,
nice.
and I
Nice
believe
subtle
this
segue.
Saturday, I don't know if they're going to be doing anything different, but they will be talking about episode 8 of Andor.
Yep,
Also,
episode
we'll-
8 of
they'll
Andor.
also be doing Tales of the Jedi episodes. I don't know when those will come out. but I know they're doing it.
Yeah, they're doing roundtables for Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a little bit of time. Do we want to touch on Tales of the Jedi? Anything? Anybody?
Sure. You know what? We haven't had news in a while, so I mean, let's get it interesting. And Luke, I don't have to go on my trip, so we're all good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have it like a little after hour, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it just hit the 50-minute marker, so let's have
No,
like a
yeah,
10-minute
yeah.
discussion
Yeah,
about
we haven't
Tales
had
of the
this in
Jedi.
we haven't had this in a minute.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
haven't.
Yeah. Where's the news thing? Let's just bring that
Let's
up for
bring it
sure.
for old time's sake, bro.
Hold on.
It's
Where is
getting
it
all
at?
fake.
Where is it at? Is
Did
it
you
even in
remove
here?
it? Did you remove it?
I think I did.
No.
Damn
Luke,
it,
you son of a.
bitch. We can go.
You never would have made it as Obi-Wan's Padawan.
L
But you might make it
L
as mine.
L.
You bozo.
What?
I sorry.
So this
Now we're
is the
just getting-
replacement. Okay. Anyway,
Now we're just getting crazy.
Padawan's logo right there.
Oh,
Where am I going?
I do have the logo. I know I do have I have an overlay now. So there is our new logo.
Yes, as you
for
can
those that
see
haven't
on
seen
his thumb, you have the Ring of Power, and on the right side of Vader, or the left side from what you see, is the Hand of the King badge.
for the small council.
Yeah, so it's 3 fandoms in one, but obviously with Vader as the character, we still center in Star Wars.
No, yeah. Okay, so real quick, little review of Tales of the Jedi. Overall thoughts. I know we have a big controversy. We can touch on that. Everybody's feelings.
we can talk about the
Do we want to give a tease? Because I know it's in the reaction. I know we talk about it in depth.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, no, yeah, we can
will.
dive into the controversy behind Ahsoka and Tales and the Ahsoka and E.K. Johnson's novel, because that was what Twitter was blowing up about
let's
yesterday.
talk about Dooku
Dooku.
first.
Dooku's blew me away.
Dude,
Blew me away.
Dooku was so awesome. All right, hold on. I gotta check my DMs.
Well, I mean,
Stand
I
by.
mean, I
Yeah.
mean, but also, even if you disagree with the controversy, it's still a controversy. Twitter was on fire last night.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, I
hold on.
tweeted about it. I was like, you have no
I tweeted
idea
about it
when
too.
when in the timeline this takes place. Like this, it's honestly, it's all up to interpretation.
Okay.
Like that Inquisitor didn't. It might not have been the sixth brother, and you have no idea when Bail met
Pep,
Ahsoka on this planet. This could have been a whole time afterwards.
can you send that to me in Twitter so that I can pull it up on the Twitter feed?
It's on his Twitter, I think.
Hold on.
Or else he had more depth and detail to it in your DM. I don't know.
No, he didn't. He didn't. Hold on. Maybe she has it on her Twitter. Keep talking.
Did EK talk about it?
Yeah,
Ooh, I want to hear this.
apparently she did.
I know Filoni talked about it, saying he originally sent in the publishing outline for what I don't know where that article was. People kept referencing that article last night on Twitter. Like there was a published outline he sent, and that was the script that he submitted, which I want to see.
It wasn't okay. So here's the old. Okay, this was from July of this year, July 31st. Okay. This is from EK. There isn't a big controversy behind the changes in Ahsoka's story. Dave approved the book 6 years ago and then kept working on her journey. It's frustrating to see people gleefully declare my book non-canon instead of just using their imaginations like we did. So, it sounds like
I'm gonna actually give credit to this. Have you heard Fern's take on this? Which I find is the most interesting.
all right.
And
So,
maybe the explanation they go with.
so here's what I'm. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen for a second. Window. Where is Twitter? Twitter. Okay. So this is what it says. There isn't a big controversy, and this was in July. So that was a couple of months ago. I mean, she also had tweeted about how she had no knowledge that this was even happening, which is whatever, I guess. But like what she's basically saying is that it's all up to interpretation. And I did see Fern's video. I did see Fern's video as well, because she's absolutely right. Like, we need to start thinking of a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away as I totally agree with Fern. And if
Mhm.
you're not following Fern, go to she's on TikTok at always Fern. Her and Julia have the Star Wars English class. They're awesome creators. They are so great.
And then Ven said, I just tell people to take it as mythology, all different versions of the same overall event. Yeah, it's kind of like King Arthur stories, you know?
Well, here's one that's more recent. Okay, House of the Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
It's very similar. It's a very similar thing because it's based on it's based on unrelated or how do you say
I mean,
it? Untrusted. It's unreliable narrators, right?
yeah, true. But like the thing
And
is, the story is based off of a book, and it's getting a little bit of different pieces mixed in and character changes. But the show, I mean, there was a ground basis and foundation for what happens to Ahsoka at this time. But like I said before, it's really up to interpretation. You have no idea if that's the sixth brother, and you have no idea when in the timeline Bail meets her on this planet. You have no
yeah.
clue. They're just taking it. The fact that EK is coming out and saying like there isn't a big conspiracy and everyone else is making this for her, it just blows my mind. It
So
just
what?
proves to you that there shouldn't be this. It shouldn't be this
So
big.
so the one thing is that we cannot like. Here's my thing.
There's a lot of people jumping the gun. Let's just say that.
It's the problem is that okay, so right here what Brooks saying.
Brooks
Brooks
actually
commented-
nails it.
I just think it is
Yeah.
lame because it's so close to the plot of the book that they should have just done a different story if they weren't going to adapt it in a good faith. Like, why erase the black queer story or black queer character? Yes.
And I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that 110% because I don't know, and this might not have been like a conscious decision. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what actually happened, what's on the cutting floor. And I if they did make that conscious decision to just replace her, that was a really poor decision. And and we're trying to have, because Star Wars is trying to be inclusive. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
If it is a continuation of that story, then that character can still exist, which I absolutely love.
Or if we go with Fern's approach of this is Tales of the Jedi,
Yes.
they're tales of what happened. If you want to play the angle of this is stories told around five, I really love that about Legends. It's like that interpretation of Legends is they're stories of what people think happened. If you play that with Tales, that could be very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, there's moments in that Ahsoka arc of Tales where you'll be able to like, oh, that's when that happens. Like the training and then the Siege of Mandalore. You're able to pinpoint when that happens. But at the very last one, we were able to pinpoint, okay, 19 BBY. This was when Padme's funeral was. And then you go on later, we have no idea where she's at, where she's on that farm, and where she encounters the Inquisitor, which we have no idea who that Inquisitor is.
Maybe
Yeah.
here's
We have no idea.
Here's the way I would think about it now that I'm on this Tales brain. I'm going with Fern's approach. What if it's Bail Organa telling Leia Organa the story of Ahsoka Tano when she's older, during the time of Kenobi, when she's like a kid, maybe getting into that rebel area, Leia, Princess of Alderaan. Maybe Bail Organa is telling Leia, hey, this is how I met Ahsoka Tano. I met her during Padme's funeral, and I picked her up on this one planet, and they encountered an Inquisitor. Because he doesn't give specifics about the Inquisitor. He wouldn't know Caden.
That's true. See, like if it's all up to interpretation, and I feel like it's it's a slippery slope with this, and am I by no means saying that what they did, if they did it in a conscious effort, that like that should not, like that's not, because we want Star Wars to be inclusive for everybody, right?
Yeah, that's the
And
goal. That's what Star Wars is about.
It was a missed opportunity, but but I feel like people are so ingrained with canon, and I'm kind of this way as well. I want things to be set in stone, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard when something gets retconned or contradicted in the continuity of Star Wars. It's tough.
Yeah. Pat said I never read Ahsoka, but from what I know of, it seems like this is the thing that makes her fulcrum, but she already is in the book.
No, because it's all about how
So-
Bail Organa introduces her into Fulcrum.
No, yeah, in the book, this is not how. Or are you talking about the show or the book, Hereth?
The book.
Oh yeah, in the book, yeah, she doesn't get the fulcrum mantle yet.
Brooke says they had every opportunity to include a character like her and didn't. Fact of the matter is more eyes would be on the show than the book. That's fair. That's fair. And I absolutely agree with that. It's a missed opportunity.
Also,
Yeah.
Next Brooks comment as well. Because
Yeah,
that's also a fair argument we've talked about.
yeah.
On Pod
And
One
it's more
as
than
well.
Dave
Yeah, we've-
hasn't had the best track record with depicting people of color characters and women. So this is just another thing that's disappointing. I
and
mean, that's true. You do have a point.
and that's fair.
And
That's very, very fair to say that. I mean, and I feel like we need to have more women writers in the room. And well, yeah. That's that, yeah.
Also, I think this comes back to another larger issue I have with kind of Lucasfilm as a whole. And again, I don't know if it's more or less a Filoni thing or just a Lucasfilm thing. Is I wish the authors got consulted. Yes, she tweeted about it in July, but I remember her during Celebration tweeting something out like, "I didn't even know this was happening."
Yeah.
I know Timothy Zahn has made a couple posts with when Thrawn got name dropped in The Mandalorian. He's like, "I didn't even know this was going to happen." It's like when it's that close to the chest and that important to authors, I think they need to be consulted on some level.
And I think that's fair.
yeah, I've been curious because have Pablo Hidalgo and Matt Martin said anything about
Not about Ahsoka, but they have about Dooku.
no. They
They
have
have-
about Dooku.
What
And
was-
by the way,
what was about
Dooku, Dooku, people were saying that it retcons Master and
Padawan.
Apprentice and Padawan, which it doesn't because
Okay.
Dooku never meets Obi-Wan. It states in the book that Dooku is like one of the only ones that is like he's able to walk around freely. Like in Dooku Jedi Lost, Yoda, like Dooku goes to give Yoda his lightsaber and he doesn't take it. He tells him to keep it.
yeah.
And like this is why it makes sense for him to be able to walk around freely in the Jedi Temple, even though he's not a Jedi.
And Kevin Scott gave like his reasoning for why he
Yes.
thinks Yaddle calls him Jedi Master. They think it's more of a respect thing because even though he left the Order, it's kind of like how Ahsoka is respected by the 501st or the 332nd when she goes to the Siege of Mandalore, and they keep calling her like Commander. It's
Yeah.
the same thing. It's a respect and honor thing, saying, "Yes, I see you. You left the Order, but I still acknowledge you. I still respect you. You're still a part of us."
So, talking about Ahsoka, I genuinely loved. Besides the representation part, I loved everything. I don't really have a ton of problems with that episode. Besides that, and I feel like that's a big thing. But all the rest of the episodes were they were shot beautifully. The
Mhm.
animation is just stunning.
Yeah. Oh
It's
my
just
God, the visuals
crazy
of
awesome.
that show was just mind blowing.
Yeah,
It's like they took the animation of Bad Batch and just amped it up to times 5.
yeah.
Everything was crystal clear. It was crazy. I couldn't
No,
believe it.
No, yeah, absolutely. And Ven makes a good point about Dooku.
Dooku is basically a student who left
yeah.
university. You're not a part of it, but you still have access to shit to an extent. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And like Carter says, exactly, Dooku, because Dooku did not leave on bad terms, which is true. It's very true. But I can't wait for y'all to see our reactions to episode 4. Yeah, episode 4. I feel like episode 4 was my favorite just because of all the lore, all the backstory, and everything that was like revealed on how he did it.
Yes, obviously,
It's just amazing.
If you have not seen Tales of the Jedi, fair warning, but I'm assuming everyone here has. I mean, if you've been for the past 10 minutes talking about Tales of the Jedi, but we find out how Dooku erased the Camino archive data. We
Yep.
find out that Dooku was with Palpatine before Qui-Gon even died.
Which opens up the possibility.
It-
And I said,
Luke,
Plagueis.
Take the book out.
Plagueis.
Plagueis.
Take the goddamn book out. You know you want to.
This Legends book called Darth Plagueis, probably one of my favorite non.
I love the new art of that book. I mean, I
So
still
do
prefer
I.
the old one.
I
still
prefer the old one, but this one is really, really good.
Yeah, it doesn't make Plagueis' head look insanely huge.
So yeah, no shit. So like when Dooku is talking to Palpatine, he knows about Maul. It seems like they've been doing this whole little meetup thing for a while now. In Legends, Plagueis or Higo Damask. Higo Damask is Darth Plagueis' alias. Like that's his front because he's part of the banking clan. He does Higo Damask. He's basically a frat not a frat boy, but like a interest guy. You know what I mean? He does the numbers, financial broker. And he sits in the same room as Qui-Gon, Sifo Dyas, and Count Dooku. While Dooku is still in the Jedi Order. And they start talking about the long game here.
Yeah.
Plagueis pretty much plants the idea in after he hears about Sifo Dyas' vision. And it's finance bro. That's what it is. Yeah. Shout out to Mara J. Skywalker Beth. She that's what she calls Plagueis is
okay.
Finance bro Plagueis.
For a second, I thought you called Van Mara J. Skywalker. I was like, well,
no,
hold on.
No.
Wrong person.
That's where I'm assuming Ven and I both got it from. But like they could I'm begging them. Put Plagueis somewhere. He has such an interesting story in Legends.
We talked about, I think, was it 4? But we talked about how we were like, there has to be another phase behind the High Republic because
yes, there has to be.
There's no way that from where Phase 3, I assume it has to take place right after right where Fallen Star left off. And
I would have to.
Or after Phase 1.
So right after Phase 1, so like there's no way we can do a time jump. Maybe there's like a little one, but like nothing.
Because
major.
they have to take out Marchion and like get that all figured out, and then obviously the Acolyte, which is set 50 years, and
so we have to fill this big giant gap that's now left.
But here's the also other thing: does the High Republic phases do they lead up to like the moment Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan leave? Is that the end of that era?
No, because according to the timeline, the end of the High Republic is 82 BBY. So around the time of the Acolyte.
Okay.
Duke is technically a part of the High Republic, but like very close. Like I think Yaddle is more of that. Plo Koon. They decide to canonize that. It's like very Yoda, obviously, but it's like very.
Well, and I'm so happy that we finally got a canon explanation of how Yaddle went out.
Yeah.
Why we don't see her in episode 2.
Yeah. And I called it though. I called it when we saw that trailer. I was like, dude, that's
how Yaddle gets got.
That's the same place that we see at the end of episode 2. So
I remember when the shot went by, I was doing the Attack of the Clones soundtrack emulation, which now I'm also the belief. I was thinking it during Light of the Jedi, but mainly because I think of this because Element 7 said it a lot. I think Coruscant's gonna get fucked up during Phase 3 of the High Republic.
Oh, that could very well happen.
Again, credit to Element. That's his theory.
Oh,
not gonna take credit for that.
Yeah. No, yeah. That could be interesting. That'd be really, really, really interesting. But yeah, like bring in Plagueis. That would be so. Have him be part of the Acolyte. Have him do something. Just like, come on. You can't just bring him in and then not talk about him at all.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this earlier today. What if Yaddle escaped?
That's what I was thinking. That needs to be a Star Wars what if.
That would have been interesting.
Yaddle knew everything.
Mm-hmm.
She knew where that hideout was. She knew that Dooku was going to him. She knew that all of the shit that Dooku was doing behind the scenes, he confessed to what he did, and Yaddle knew.
Yeah.
And that they're planning something, and we see that Dooku already erased the archive for Kamino because the clone process was already getting ready to go. They already got Django.
Yeah.
at this time or around this time.
Yeah, because he has the
So
line of I'm done scheming, I'm done lying to my peers, like all of this, like the clone
Yeah.
troopers, Camino, I'm done.
Yeah. And he killed Sifo Dyas too. Like it's just so interesting because I feel like Plagueis is. I think he needs a canon story. I think he's more important than people think he is.
And the part is okay. This is also I think the other reason why they haven't touched Plague as well is I think they're scared that of Legends fanboys because I think Old Republic's the same way. I think it's very much connected to that they're scared that the fanboys will get so loud about it that they're not even gonna go near it.
Well, I don't. I see.
well,
Here's the
I
thing.
mean, Plagueis is already canon.
He is already. He
Plagueis
is
already
canon.
canon.
Because and the way he dies, we know that he's been killed.
We know he was killed by his apprentice, aka Sheev.
Yeah, Shivi. But yeah, it's crazy. It looked you're absolutely right, Brooke. It looked the right at the end. She realized it was.
Whoa, I
Palpatine.
thought she knew before.
I don't think she knew before. I think definitely towards the end she did because I don't think because he was still kind of doing his low voice.
I get.
Palpatine.
I don't want to spoil too much of the reaction, but I love the way they use Yaddle and
Qui-Gon
Palpatine.
Jinn killed.
Yeah.
I love the way they use Yaddle and Palpatine as the kind of like they're pulling Dooku on both sides, and it's just
Yeah.
like he's caught in the middle and he has to pick.
Oh, dude, and then the Force theme. The use of the uses of themes in this
That episode,
season, yeah, it's really good, really good. But that is kind of our little review of season
You
one.
had Qui-Gon Jinn killed.
Are you just gonna keep saying that?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna keep saying that. Yes.
Gord.
God. But that's going to be it for this episode. If you are rewatching this, if you would be as so kind to like the stream. If anybody here is just now joining and has not liked the stream, if you wouldn't mind giving us a thumbs up, we would really appreciate it.
Leave a like on the video.
Yep.
Subscribe click the bell for notifications whenever we go live.
Yeah, we gotta somehow on our pre-recorded, we gotta get the bell thing. We'll figure that out. But Hereth, where can the good people follow you on the social medias?
You can find me at Hereth Productions on TikTok and Instagram. You can find me at Hereth_edits. I have to do the underscore again because Pep is here, and if I have to do it, it's a legal requirement. Hereth_edits on Twitter, and you can find me here at the Pod Ones Podcast.
Char, where can the good people follow you on the social medias?
Good people, you can find me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at CharCharJ, as spelled right here. And you can find me here at the Pod Ones Podcast every Thursday night as we cover our Star Wars Rebels rewatch.
All right. And you guys can follow us at the Pod Ones on TikTok, the Pod Ones Pod on Instagram, and Pod Ones Podcast on Twitter. That's going to be it. On to the next one. Flight for Life.
We're all the Republic.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.
Always.
Cassian Andor.
Cassian Andor.